Assalamualikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul 'uqdatam min lisani yafqahu qawli. In today's class, we will learn about i'rab of feminine nouns, that is both in singular, dual, and plural nouns. So we will study i'rab of feminine nouns, both in singular, dual, and plural feminine nouns. So in i'rab of feminine nouns, we have got three states similar to the masculine nouns, that is the marfu state, mansub state, and the majrur state. So first one is the marfu state. Okay, marfu state. So in the marfu state, we can see it is muslimatun, that is the ta marbuta, that is the closed ta at the end will be having double dhamma at the end. So by seeing this double dhamma, we can make out that the given noun is in the marfu state in feminine form. Now the second state of the noun is the mansub form. In the mansub form, the example for the singular feminine noun is muslimatan. So here you can see at the end of the closed ta, you can have double fatha. In the masculine noun, the end of the noun will be having double fatha with an alif. But in the feminine form, the end of the feminine noun, the closed ta will be having double fatha, but there is no need of alif here. No need of alif, that is alif of protection, is not needed in case of feminine singular nouns in mansub state. And the third state is the majrur state. In the majrur state, the singular form is muslimatin. So you can see here the majrur state, the muslimatin, that is a closed ta, will be having a double kasra, that is two kasra or two zair you can see at the end of the noun. So these are the three states of the feminine nouns. That is in the marfu state, the closed ta will be having double dhamma. In the mansub state, the closed ta will be having double fatha, and in the majrur state, the closed ta will be having double kasra. These are the singular feminine nouns. Now coming to the dual state. So how to identify the marfu state and the mansub and the majrur state in the dual nouns? So in the marfu state, the closed ta that is there in the singular form, that should be opened, and alif noon with a kasra should be added. Okay, the closed ta is there, it should be opened, and alif noon with a kasra should be added in dual nouns in the marfu state. Similarly, here in the mansub state, that is the dual feminine nouns, the closed ta is opened and ya noon with a kasra should be added. So muslima taini. So this is the mansub state of the dual feminine nouns. Similarly, in the majrur state also, you can see muslima taini, that is the closed ta at the end should be opened and the ya noon with a kasra should be added. So these are the dual feminine nouns. In the marfu state, alif noon with a kasra should be added, and in the mansub state, ya noon with a kasra should be added, and in the majrur state, ya noon with a kasra should be added. So it is muslimatani, the marfu state. In the mansub state, it is muslimataini, and in the majrur state, it is muslimataini. How to identify this mansub and majrur state? It depends on the context. Now let us learn about the marfu, mansub, and the majrur state in the plural feminine nouns. So in the marfu state, you can see in the singular it is muslimatun. So in the muslimatun, the closed ta should be removed completely and alif ta with a double dhamma should be added. So it is the marfu state in plural feminine nouns. So similarly here, the closed ta should be removed in the mansub state, the closed ta should be removed and alif ta with a double kasra should be added in the mansub state. So this is muslimatin in the mansub state. That is the feminine plurals. In the mansub state, it is muslimatin. The closed ta should be removed and alif ta with a kasra should be added at the end. Now similar to mansub state, the majrur state also, you can see the closed ta is removed completely and alif ta with a tanween should be added. In the dual forms, the closed ta is opened and alif noon and ya noon is added. But in the plural forms, the closed ta is completely removed and alif ta with a double fatha, double kasra, or double dhamma, double kasra should be added. There is a note here that nouns can never be in the majzum states. Nouns can never be in the majzum state. That is in the majzum state, that is there is no sukun at the end of the noun. No sukun, this is the sign of the sukun, okay, like a small zero at the end of the word. So this is known as the majzum state. But nouns can never have this sukun at the end of their words. Similarly, verbs can never be in the majrur state. That is, the verbs will not be carrying a kasra, will never be in the majrur state. That is, they will not be having no kasra. The verbs do not take a kasra at the end of the word. At the end of the verb, it will not take a kasra, and noun will not take a sukun at the end of the word. So you will understand this in the coming lessons, inshallah. Now, i'rab of a noun can be divided into two categories. I'rab of a noun can be divided into two categories. two categories. That is based on harkat and huruf. That is based on harkat and based on huruf. So let us see these two things. So you can see here i'rab of a noun that can be identified by harkat. So this can be seen in case of singular nouns and irregular plurals. In singular nouns and irregular plurals, by seeing the harkat, we can say that the given noun is in the marfu state or in the mansub state or in the majrur state. So here in the singulars and the irregular plurals, by seeing the harkat, we can make out the given verb, the given noun is in the rafa state, that is the marfu state, nasab state, that is the mansub state, and the jar state, that is the majrur state. So if we talk about the rafa state, that is the marfu state, by seeing the dhamma at the end, we can say that the given noun is in the marfu state. So in the nasab state, that is the mansub state, can be identified by a fatha at the end. And in the majrur state, that is the jar state, the given noun can be identified by kasra at the end of the word, at the end of the noun. So this can be identified by these signs. We can identify that the given noun is in the marfu, mansub or majrur state in case of singular nouns and in case of irregular plurals. Now coming to i'rab of a noun can be identified by hurufs, particularly in the dual nouns as well as the plural nouns. So by huruf, the nouns can be identified whether they are in the marfu state, mansub state or in the majrur state. So let us see. So if we see all the three states, if we talk about dual nouns, okay, in the dual nouns, in the rafa state, they can be identified with the endings alif noon with a kasra, and in the nasab state, they can be identified by ya noon with a kasra, and similarly in the jar state, these dual nouns can be identified by ya noon with a kasra. So these are the hurufs by which we can identify that the given verb in which state, the given noun is in which state. Similarly, by singulars and irregular plurals are identified by harkat. These are identified by huruf. Now coming to plural masculine nouns, they are also identified by their huruf at the end. Like suppose if they are in the rafa state, so waw noon will be there at the end. Waw noon with a fatha. So these, by seeing these endings, we can say that the given noun is in the marfu or mansub or majrur state. So in the mansub state, ya noon with a fatha. And similarly, in the majrur state, ya noon with a fatha in case of masculine plurals. By seeing these endings, we can say that in which state they are present. So similarly, plural feminine nouns, you can see in the marfu rafa state, that is the marfu state, alif ta with a double dhamma. In the mansub state, alif ta with a double kasra. And in the majrur state, similarly it is alif ta with a kasra. So by seeing these word endings, we can say that the given noun is in marfu state, mansub state or in the majrur state. Inshallah, in the next class, we will learn more about declination in nouns, which is also a part of the i'rab of a noun. Inshallah. Ma'as salam.